So the first question I have to ask everyone is, do you like candy?
Yes.
You do, okay. So we're gonna take a tour of an amazing candy factory. And if you've never been here before, you guys have never been here, have you?
I've
Never been here before. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna see how we make candy, and we're gonna see how we package candy. It'll be really an amazing, fun day. And so you ready to go take a little tour of the factory?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. You guys ready? Come on in. Welcome to the amazing candy factory. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna head out straight into the warehouse.
Jeez, this thing is giant.
So every day here we make 10,000 pounds of candy. That's a lot of candy. That's probably more candy than you could eat in a lifetime, isn't it? Yeah.
I have a question. When did you start making Kimmie candies?
Well, Kimmie Candies started on a farm in Sacramento, California in 2000. And it actually started, I bought 40,000 pounds of candy on a business deal that with a friend that went awry. And so I ended up with 40,000 pounds of candy. I read a book called The Emperors of Chocolate. Once I got done reading this book, I decided I was going to start a candy manufacturing company. And that was the beginning of Kimmie Candy.
Why did you choose Reno for the candy factory?
Good question. Reno was close to Sacramento, was close to my family and friends. When I started the company, all my employees were from Sacramento. So I ended up choosing Reno. It had a great feel to it. It was very business friendly. You know, everybody welcomes you here. And so when I first came up here in 2005, I bought a building in 2006 and we built it out in 2008. And we brought all our candy manufacturing in from Korea back to the United States to be very proudly called Made in America.
What's your favorite kind of candy that you make?
I think my favorite is the Sunburst because it's where I started. It's where the first candy sale was made. They have that nutty, crunchy taste of a sunflower kernel with a little bit of chocolate in the candy shell. I don't think there's anything much better than that.
How long did it take to make Sunburst?
Sunbursts, which are one of our main staples, are Choco Rocks and Sunburst. It takes 56 hours to make Sunburst, from roasting to adding chocolate to this kind of sunflower kernels to smoothing to the candy shell. All together, it takes about 56 hours. We have to let it sit between some of the processes for the temperature and the humidity to equalize. But at the end, it becomes one of the nicest tasting and most beautiful products we make.
How many colors are in Sunburst?
Well, I always believe the colors in the Sunburst are like the colors in the rainbow. There's approximately 7 colors. Every once in a while, we switch one up just to make sure people are watching. But basically, it's the colors of the rainbow.
How are you making candy better for us?
So the future of candy is going to be candy with supplements, candy that has a added benefit. So we're making candy with protein. We just acquired another company called Good Day Chocolates. That is candy that's for children and adults that has melatonin, probiotics, multivitamins. And we believe that if candy can taste amazing and still have a few benefits to it, it's going to be the future of candy.
Okay. Sugar.
How many different kinds of candy do you make?
We make about 30 different types of candies here. We make everything from dark chocolate covered pistachios to hot rocks to espresso rocks and several different flavors and colors. So we try to innovate as much as we can with regards to different kinds of candy. We're always making new ones. One of our newest one is Kimmie Corn, which is a soft roasted corn nut covered in milk chocolate with a candy shell. So every month we're creating some new product that we're going to see if it fits in the market. Let me tell you a few things about the factory. Kimmie Candy now is in a 47,000 square foot facility here in Reno. We are SQF level 2 audited. We are peanut free, we're gluten free, we're non-GMO. We're very proud to have that in our factory because it sets us apart from a lot of different factories. We're kosher. We have a lot of amazing employees that work. We have approximately 48 people that work here at Kimmie Candy. It's a far cry from my kids packing candy in a trailer house on the ranch in 2000. And so I'm living the American dream. Kimmie Candy is part of the American dream where you can be a farmer, start a candy manufacturing company, and 20 years overnight, like they say, everything's overnight, we become a national and international company selling candy through all 50 states, Canada, and Mexico. It's an amazing business to be in, and we're creating American jobs.
Can we taste all the candy?
Yes, you can. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our Sunburst, our candy-coated chocolate-covered sunflower kernels. Originally, we had our own proprietary chocolate we produced everything on. It was designed by Blummer Chocolate in those days. And now we have this wonderful product line that we sell nationally. Sunburst started out with Ohio Lake sunflower kernels. We roast them in small batch roasting so that we ensure that all the kernels are completely roasted. From the roasting process, we move the kernels into the spray room. This is where we spray chocolate onto the sunflower kernels in ratios that are different for each product, but for the Sunburst, it's probably about a 3-to-1 ratio of chocolate to the sunflower kernel. Although we're doing some new products now that are 1-to-1 ratios that are even better. The outside of the kernels are all bumpy because when you're spraying atomized chocolate on there, you get a very bumpy outside coat. So we have to smooth that off before we put the sugar shell on. So then it goes to the smoothing room where they're like rock polishers. And those rock polishers, they re-roll the candy around in there for about 40 minutes and it smooths the outside of the chocolate so it's exactly the right smoothness for putting on the candy shell. From that process, we take it over to the resting room because everybody needs a rest, right? But in this resting room, and that's where all our candy equalizes in temperature and humidity so that when we put the sugar shell on, that'll encapsulate the centers, it won't crack the shells. Those products can sit in the resting room from anywhere from 8 to 48 hours. From that process, we go into the sugar panning rooms. And in the sugar panning room, each one of our pans makes about 300 to 310 pounds of finished product. They'll load into those pans about 290, 260 pounds of chocolate-covered sunflower kernels. And what we do is we start to put layer after layer of thin sugar shell, and it also develops the colors. So what happens is they have a process where every 20 minutes, they're adding 1 liter into each pan. And that liter tends to dry over about a 20-minute period, and then they add the next coat. And so we'll put on each time, we'll put anywhere between 18 and 20 coats of sugar shell. At the very first, we're putting a white coat on, and the white coat's like a primer coat. And that way, when we start to put the colors on the second shift, they come out very beautiful and bright and exactly what we want. So our candy has anywhere between 20 and 40 coats of sugar shell. After that process, we take the candy out in 100-pound baskets, 300 pounds in a stack of baskets, and they go into the mixing room. And each pan has a separate color. So what they have to do is, if we're making Christmas or Valentine's mix or any kind of a mix, they have to be hand mixed in 1,000-pound containers. And so once they get that mix of product, those containers, those bins, 1,000-pound bins, are then taken into the packaging area where they're placed on top of a bagging unit, or if we're doing bulk, we're doing 5-pound bags. If we're doing gusseted bags, it goes into a gusseted bag machine. Or if we're doing tubes, it'll go into a tube filling machine or hand filling of tubes and processes of hand filling bags even. So once it gets to the packaging area, it's pretty much complete process. And then from there, it goes into cases or it goes into cartons, and it's shipped all over the United States. And now actually it's starting to go into Abu Dhabi in the Middle East. So we're very fortunate that all our candy's made here in Reno. We can proudly put made in America, made in the USA on all our boxes. Our facilities are peanut-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, and we're very proud to be in Reno, Nevada. Kimmie Candy is located on Edison Way, 405 Edison. We're right next to the TMCC campus. Can't miss us. And please come in and visit us and eat some of our delicious gluten-free, peanut-free candy that we make here in Reno.